Today I'll share how I grew this kale from tiny little seeds or starts all the way to this big stalk, and it's gonna grow through the fall and into winter. There's something special about growing your own food. It slows you down, it makes you appreciate how much hard work it takes to actually growing food. Kale has been a favorite to grow. It's hardy, it's easy to grow, especially in this climate, and you can utilize it in the kitchen from breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even in desserts. And maybe, just maybe, it'll inspire you to try growing your own food. Welcome to PlantiFull Kitchen. My name is Anissa, and I consider myself a novice gardener here in Zone 8B. I live in Washington State, and that is also known as the Pacific Northwest, where falls and winter is really rainy and gray. We just don't get a lot of sun. Just about a year ago, I welcomed our third baby, and that made things really busy and tiresome and hectic. So it was really hard to really plan out the garden and work on it along with working on these videos. I purchased some seedlings through a local nursery, and that's what I planted into the garden. That's what you're gonna see here as mature plants. I also direct sowed some kale seeds late in the summer, and that was hopefully to get established in the summer and then grow out through the fall and winter. So last spring, when the soil was workable, about February, I started amending the soil with worm castings, chicken manure, and compost. I mixed that all in on the first top layers, and then I just left it. Then in about March, I transplanted seedlings that I purchased through a local nursery. It's amazing to watch all those little tiny leaves slowly appear, and it just matures and gets bigger and bigger into this like huge plant. Here in Zone 8B, kale does amazing in the cooler weathers. It really prefers that, and it really just takes off during the spring. And once those plants are established in the spring, it will grow and continue to grow all through summer, and you can just start harvesting from spring, summer, and into the fall. In August, I direct sowed some kale seeds into the garden bed directly in there, and then I also just put some liquid fertilizer, and I also have granules that I'll use. So it's best to harvest first thing in the morning when the leaves are just crisp and everything is still cool. However, with 3 little kids, there's no way I'm always at the garden and doing things perfectly, so I harvest whenever it's convenient for me, and of course I'll let my kids do the harvesting as well, and that can be whenever the baby's napping, sometimes in the morning, afternoon, or late at night. Not only does this plant almost last the entire year, what's also super awesome is that you can just pick a few leaves at a time as you need it. During the summer, when the plant is really in just like full bloom, there's so many leaves available, I'll do a big harvest and I'll process it, and that means that I'll blanch it, then blend it and freeze them into these kale cubes. Then I can utilize these cubes in so many ways, and I'm gonna show you. Kids are about 1, 4, and 6. So they're still pretty young, but they all eat kale. They might not always know it. These kale cubes makes it so easy for me to just hide kale or add it to so many dishes. Like this pandan breakfast cake, very delicious, bright green. The green is coming from the kale and also pandan extract. It is something that I'll have to purchase online. I find it on Amazon, sometimes at Asian grocery stores. It's a little bit hard to get, so I'll buy like a few little bottles whenever I see it and then just keep it on hand. Pandan to the east is like vanilla to the west. Does that make sense at all? So if you can't find pandan, then this cake is not gonna be as vibrant and as green as you see in this video. And it's not gonna taste the same, but it still will be delicious. It'll just be more like a green banana bread. Make this almost weekly, well, a few times a month, and usually as either breakfast muffins or a cake, or even sometimes pancakes for my kids. being not good at all, do not like it. 10 being delicious. I eat
10.
it. Now, if you're gonna talk about kale and you're gonna talk about kids, I have to mention smoothies. Of course, I'm sticking kale in my kids' smoothies. This one is a chocolate, banana, date, hemp seed kale smoothie. I also hide some liquid supplements in there afterwards when it's done, but it just makes it really easy for my kids to get that kale, the green vegetables, the iron, vitamin A, C, in the fruits all at once. For us, this is a perfect post-school snack between that and before dinner. Did you finish it? What about you, sweetie pea? You finished yours, huh? Yeah, I'll bring yours to the gym. At the start of summer, the leaves are nice and tender and we'll do a dinner from plant to plate. This is perfect for my kids to help me with, and my son here is harvesting some kale leaves just as much as we need, and we're bringing it into the kitchen. We also are adding onion and garlic that we grew into this dish, and everything is gonna go into the blender with a bit of kale and some basil, just a tiny bit, and Italian seasoning. You blend this whole thing up really, really smooth and creamy, bright green color, and it makes a perfect sauce to just pour over pasta. It also freezes beautifully if you don't use all of it at once. When serving green pasta or green anything to my kids, I like to give it a fun name. So I think I was calling this Hulk pasta for my son. My kids have never watched any of the Marvel movies, but they have seen pictures of them at the library and just walking about in their daily lives. And my son thinks Hulk is cool. He also loves PJ Masks green gecko. So, you know, you gotta give these dishes like fun names for them to get excited about eating it. Peak of summer, we have kale in season and also basil. Basil is just growing all throughout the garden, so I'll just harvest basil from every single part of the garden, and when I have a lot of basil, as in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and make a cashew kale basil pesto. This was inspired by Trader Joe's cashew kale pesto. It's a vegan pesto you'll see in the cold section, and it's delicious. So I wanted to go ahead and just recreate it at home. I just looked at the ingredients list and just gathered up all those ingredients and put it together and made a pesto. To wean off my kids from, say, the Costco pesto and this cashew kale pesto from Trader Joe's, I actually mix 50-50 of it as I serve it, and then I slowly just take away the other one, and now they're completely used to the kale pesto that has come from the garden. This one also freezes beautifully, and it works well as a spread on sandwiches, toast, over pasta, or just eaten as a dip with crackers. This is a vegetarian recipe. You can make it completely vegan by using vegan Parmesan cheese, or you can completely sub out the cheese by utilizing pumpkin seeds, and along with nutritional yeast, it just adds a little bit more flavor that way. Adding kale into dinner can be as simple as mixing these kale cubes into these rice blocks. This is my coconut quinoa rice that I've pre-cooked previously and frozen into blocks. I'll defrost it on a busy night, and then I'll just mix in a kale cube to make it green and add a little bit more nutrition. My kids love rice, and this is a very delicious aromatic rice, and so they just gobble this one up. All right. It's simple food, but it makes me feel grounded. It was grown with care, cooked with love, and then I get to share it with family and friends. That's what I love about gardening. It slows you down. When life gets really busy and hectic, gardening takes time, and it makes you see the beauty in these little things, the tiny little leaves, the insects that are visiting the garden, maybe not the slugs, but being able to watch something grow and then harvest it, cook it, eat it, share it, it connects you with the earth. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you are growing and cooking in the kitchen. Like and subscribe. Join me here at PlantiFull Kitchen, where I am on a journey to grow it, cook it, and share it with all of you.